Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Super excited to be a part of Croctober, hosted by Tony from Kettle Kitchen and Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen. There will be a live giveaway on November 2nd at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Jenny's channel, so don't forget to tune in for that. I will be listing everyone that's participating in this collaboration in the description of this video. I have done beef bourguignon before. However, I've done the traditional Julia Child's version. This time I'm going to be doing a little bit of a twist, as I'm going to be utilizing the crock pot or slow cooker. I will be pairing this dish with my thyme garlic mashed potatoes. All of the ingredients and proportions will be in the description of this video. So if you're ready, let's roll up those sleeves. Let's get some prep done, and let's get cooking. We're going to get started with our slow cooker or crock pot beef bourguignon. What's amazing about this dish is you end up with absolutely melt in your mouth beef and vegetables that are cooked to absolute perfection. To start, we're going to do a little bit of prep. Now normally I put my bacon in the freezer. I'm in a little bit of a rush today, so I didn't put it in the freezer, but I'm going to go ahead and stack it up, because with our beef bourguignon we're going to want to put this in a skillet, and we want to fry it, and we'll add that to our crock pot. So just go ahead and slice up your bacon. The size really is dependent upon you. What's important, however, is to make sure that they're relatively even, because we want this to cook evenly in our frying pan. We don't want to end up with pieces that are not cooked. Let's go ahead and add our bacon to our frying pan. And we want to fry this until it's nice and crispy. I have put this pan on a medium-high heat. While our bacon is frying, let's move over to our carrots. I want to cut them into obliques. So to do your obliques, you want to go ahead and cut, turn 180 degrees, cut again, turn 180, cut again. Now the reason for this is you want to have, number one, it's going to make your vegetable a little bit more interesting. It creates more surface area as well, and it just makes a prettier presentation. Do it again. And you notice I'm making these about the same size. Again, it's for even cooking. You don't want to bite into one carrot that's perfectly al dente, and then you bite into another one and you're about to break your tooth. In the description, I am going to be leaving a link to my original Julia Child's version of beef bourguignon as well. So if you have a little bit more time and want to do the original Julia Child's version, I will leave a link in the description for you to be able to do that. Always remember, if there's some dishes that you would like seen on this channel, feel free to leave that down in the description. I make it a point to read all of my comments, or excuse me, leave it down in the comment section, not description. I do make it a point to read all of the comments, and if there's a dish that you want to see featured on this channel, definitely leave it down in the comment section. I love hearing from you, because you are what helps make this channel, and with your help, we'll make this channel better. Let's go ahead and dice up our thyme. I think it's important when you're doing crock pot meals that you don't leave a lot of idle time. If you have some spare time, as I do when I'm making my when I'm crisping up my bacon, let's just go ahead and utilize that time to complete the other items that we need to prep. Next, let's go ahead and get our garlic diced up. Now, you can use as much or as little garlic as you want. I'm going to give you some guidelines in the recipe that's in the description. However, you can use more or you can use less. So the last thing that we're going to need to prep while our bacon is cooking is our beef. Go ahead and cut these into one chunk or into 1-inch cubes. We're going to be frying these in just a minute. Right after our bacon comes out, we're going to put our beef into our bacon drippings. Remember, try to get them about the same size. You want them about 1 inch because when you're eating it, that fits easily onto a spoon or to a fork. As you can see, our bacon is just about done. And once it's done, we're going to transfer this over into our crock pot or slow cooker. We're going to go ahead and transfer that over utilizing a slotted spoon because we want to leave our bacon drippings over to our slow cooker. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our beef, and feel free to do this in batches because we want a nice sear on our beef. We don't want it to steam, so it's okay to do this in batches. Almost forgot my salt and pepper. Make sure we don't make that salt and pepper mistake again. Go ahead and season up our other beef with our salt and pepper. And as you see here, there was some extra fat that I felt we really didn't need. So I went ahead and cut that fat off of our beef. Now this process is going to take about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Because you see, this is what we want. We want that to have a nice sear to it. Go ahead and put our beef into our slow cooker, joining our bacon. And we're going to repeat this until all of our beef has been cooked or has been sauteed a bit. Now let's start to make our sauce. We're going to add in our red wine. We want about a cup, and it's important that we scrape down all the brown bits because we have a ton of flavor in this pan right now. From the bacon and from the searing of the chuck, there's a ton of flavor. So we want to make sure that we get all of those brown bits. And we're going to let this cook down just slightly before we add in more of our ingredients. It's important to go ahead and lower your heat because we just want this to simmer. We want this on a simmer. So I've let this cook for about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add in my beef broth. Add in our tomato sauce and our soy sauce. Give everything a stir, and I want to get this back up to a simmer. Now that we're at a simmer, go ahead and add in our flour. I like to get my flour and sift it in and stir. Some people might just want to just dump it in, but I feel that this helps prevent lumps. So we're going to turn off our heat, and we are going to carefully bring our sauce over to our slow cooker, and we're going to add it in. And I'm going to stir to the bottom because I want all of that out of there. Next, we want to add in our garlic and our thyme, followed by our carrots and our potatoes, and last but not least, our mushrooms. Give everything a good stir. Cover it up. With mine, you don't have to, but I put my little travel clips on. Gonna turn on our slow cooker, put it on low. Now, at this point you have a choice. You can cook it on low for 8 to 10 hours, or you can cook it on high for 6. Our time has elapsed for our beef bourguignon, and we're gonna give it a check. Looks perfectly done. The beef, I can tell, look at the beef, it's super tender. I can put my spoon into it. Therefore, this dish is done and it's time to plate. And just like that, you've made a slow cooker beef bourguignon without having to stay in the kitchen all day. Yet, it delivers those complex layers of flavor that make it taste like you did. I hope you've enjoyed another episode with me, the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Remember, your kitchen is your passport to the world, allowing you to explore diverse cultures and cuisines right from home as you experiment with new flavors and techniques. And as always, bon appetit.